Hello friends, my name is Mark and I live in Canada since 2005. I immigrated here with my family when I was still a little boy. I was about 10 years old when I first set my foot onto Canadian soil. And trust me guys, I love Canada. I cannot be more than grateful for what this country has given to my family, to myself personally, and I always talk about good things that Canada does. And even lately that Canada kind of changed in the last 10 to 15 years. And I know that some Canadians don't feel very good about Canada these days, but I see bright future ahead of Canada. I believe in bright future ahead of Canada. And I trust that Canadians will come together as they always do, support each other in communities and build and rebuild back Canada that once was the greatest country in the world, and it still is the greatest country in the world because it offers stability, it offers comfort, it offers opportunities, big communities, lots of immigrants, and this is what makes Canada great, that we have so many people from different parts of the world and we all live in peace together and build this country, build this economy, and proudly say that we are all Canadians. But today I wanted to make a very important video and address Canadian friends, my Canadian friends, regarding the situation with Ukrainians here and permanent residency. As you guys all know, Ukrainians are struggling right now to receive permanent residency. And since Russia started a war against Ukraine, full-scale invasion of Ukraine that started in 2022, about 300,000 plus Ukrainians have arrived to Canada. Some left, some couldn't find their ways in Canada, which is normal in every new country, and some stayed. And those people who stayed, they opened businesses. They welcomed Canadians into their businesses. Ukrainians are very, very grateful, especially everybody in the community that I speak to always tell me how grateful they are of Canadians, how Canadians help them out, how Canadians open their doors, how Canadians let so many people into their country, and how Canadians are always welcoming and supporting. And it's true, Ukrainians are giving back now to Canadians. Ukrainians are working, Ukrainians are paying taxes, Ukrainians are opening up businesses, they serve local communities. Ukrainians are always thankful for Canada, that Canada exists, that Canada let them in, and they don't want to stay here just to stay alive and exist. Ukrainians want to give back, and they are giving back. They are buying houses, they are proving to the government, they're proving to Canadians that they want to stay in this country. They talk good about Canada. And this is very important when immigrants, any immigrants who immigrate to any country, especially Canada or United States or any European countries, when you come to a different country, you have to respect the laws of the country you're coming in. You have to work hard to receive something back. You have to give back to the community. You have to be appreciative of the fact that you're in a different country. You have to learn the language of that country. You have to respect local laws. And this is what Ukrainians are doing, just like any other immigrants who come and arrive to this country. And I wanted to explain to some Canadians why it's so important to Ukrainians to stay in Canada, to be able to receive permanent residency right now in this hard moments and hard times for Ukraine and Ukrainian people. Canada offers the most important basics that Ukraine unfortunately cannot give right now, especially to the families with kids. It offers stability, it offers healthcare, it offers opportunities, it offers huge communities of Ukrainians that are based in Toronto, based in Vancouver, based in Edmonton, Calgary, Winnipeg, and other big or small cities across Canada. And this is the reason why Ukrainians want to stay, because they already built the communities here. They already opened up businesses. They already bought houses. They're already giving back to community, and they have nowhere to go. They have nowhere to return to because the war is ongoing. The war is not stopping. Russia keeps bombing Ukraine every day. Some people in Ukraine go to bed not knowing if they will wake up in the morning. Just imagine for 1 second this feeling where you're going to bed in your own home and you're not even sure if you will be able to wake up, when there's always explosives around you, when there's no issues in terms of this uncertainty that always haunts you every second, every minute of your life, of your day. Plus, there's always these blackouts that are happening across big cities, smaller cities. People are staying without heat. People are staying without light. People are staying without internet. And people have to always get together and help and support each other. Ukrainians are not asking a lot. Ukrainians are just asking to see if it's possible to create some sort of a program where they can apply just like everybody else, but just give them more opportunities, more options to stay in Canada, because Ukrainians don't just want to stay and live off Canadian people tax dollars. They want to make those tax dollars and repay the country, and especially in this hard economy, this hard times as well for Canada, with all the tariffs that have been put on Canada, with all the problems that are coming from the border from United States. Canadians are not in the greatest place as well, and everybody understands this. I understand it because I am Canadian citizen. I understand what happened to Canada for the past 20 years. I know that Canada is not moving in the best direction possible, but now we can see the changes. Now we can see that Canada is starting to rebuild again, and I know that Canada is trying to minimize the number of permanent residents that they're taking into the country, immigrants generally, students, etc., which makes total sense, and it does make sense for Canada to even be able to rebuild. But I just wanted to kind of touch base with you guys on this, that I see some of the comments, understanding comments, frustration, that there's so much problems within the country, that Canadians need the money, Canadians need that support. And I support it as well, my friends. I support it as well. But Ukrainians are hardworking people, just like any other immigrants. And I wish that Canada gives Ukrainians a chance to stay here, especially for the people who really want it. Because people who don't want it shouldn't get it, shouldn't even deserve it. But people who actually work hard, who contribute to the economy, who help rebuild Canada and make Canada stronger, those people should stay in Canada, and especially when the war is still ongoing, shouldn't be left without anything, because it's very scary when a war is happening in your home country, when you don't have an apartment to go to, when you don't even have your own city to return to. Canada is really home right now for most of Ukrainians, and the Ukrainian kids who came here with their parents, they love this country, they learn English, and they will be very good contributors to the society in the future. So this is kind of my intro video. I just wanted to kind of put my name out there to talk to you guys a little bit more about it, to tell you guys first of all that Ukrainians are very, very thankful, because I don't see many of these videos around internet, and since I'm speaking with so many Ukrainians, since I have a very huge following on my Ukrainian channel, I figured I'll just step out of my comfort zone, out of my niche, and reach out more and more Canadians and just say thank you. Thank you guys for all the support. We really appreciate it, and Ukrainians appreciate it so much. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your day.